get out there behind the house and hide your face and start singing it and then run back in here.
Oh, I think I can do it. What's the name? It's called Utah...
Utah Carl.
Utah Carl.
Well, you've got the ballad old house.
I lost it.
Well, try it anyway. Your name's Ennis, isn't that?
Burton. She's just my half sister.
Oh, I see. Ella May?
Ella Mae Burton.
Ella May Burton. I'll do it out loud.
And that's like it's tuned to that. I mean the first words. My brow is always cloudy. It's always darkening like clouds upon a hill. I can't think of it.
What were some of those verses she was singing to us there?
About picking up this note.
Yeah, that was good.
Why don't you start with that? That'll make it come back to you.
Ella Mae, don't go Utah Carl, my partner, and his last ride on the trail.
Tale of Utah Carl and his last ride on the trail. Is that it? And then,
what is about his little partner? And reining your pony close in a strange story I will tell.
My brow is always
Cloudy
like clouds upon the hill.
Well, tell us the story of it anyway.
Well, they've always been asking this cowboy why he's always so sad and why he just seems to sit and daydream. And so he tells them to rein in their pony closer, and he'll tell them, he'll tell them why that he's always lonesome, and it's about his partner Utah Carl and his last ride on the trail. And he begins the story with telling them how back in Mexico, where he'd lived, well, there was a grave without a headstone, and where they'd laid his partner down to rest, and he tells how he died on the range with one morning. Well, he fell in love with Eleanor, the boss's young daughter, and one morning is just before they're rounding up the cattle. Well, he places a red Navajo blanket on the saddle of Lenore, his little friend, so the saddle seat would be softer for her, and so she rides into the cattle on the right, and just as she leans too far out from her saddle, with the blanket slipped from beneath her and caught the stirrup tight. And
can you sing any of it from there?
Oh, whenever the tune occurs to you, just come out with it.
Well, after that, well, she starts to catch up the blanket, and instead of catching up the blanket, she slips from her saddle and falls in front of that wild tide of cattle, and every cowboy held his breath as Utah rushed to her rescue. They try to keep him back, but he goes anyway because he knows that he's the one that's placed this red blanket on her saddle. And
Could you get a little singing just a little now? We got about a half inch more.
How about starting with picking up the Navajo blanket? You sang it before.
Picking up the Navajo blanket and waving it o'er his head. Started out across the prairies, lost Eleanor, he said.